Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. I call this channel the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube, and I call this chapstick. This is Vanilla Mint. Thank you for being here. I was going to pair Huetopian Dream with the golden one from the Star Wars collection, and then I saw something, and this is what I saw. Very similar color stories. Okay, that's not doing it justice. Very similar color stories. And so you have a similar brown. These two are different. Definitely the skin show shade is definitely different. If you want a gold, you have a gold. You have a bronze, even though this one is more orangey bronze. And then you have this shade, which is showing up when you're in more orangey, but in person they are very similar. So no, it's not any celestial shades in here. And I know the celestial shade, the golden shade in here, will be brighter. But I'm like, so instead of pairing them, we're going to do one on each eye. And we're going to see like what they look like. And this is actually helping me because I have something coming up that I was apprehensive about, but now I'm just kind of excited about it. I have brushes laid out. We're going to do the intro as we put on our Fenty primer. I have on my face Milk Hydro Grip Face Primer, Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup 4 in 2. We set the face with Fashion Fair Set It Loose Truly Tawny, and then we use 2 Pat bronzers, Bronze Divinity, and then Desert Glow, and Pat Blush in Paradise Venus, and House Labs Highlighter and Golden Pyrite, and we finished the whole face with Hourglass Radiant Light. For brows, of course, is the Fenty. And so that is everything on my face except lower lash line and upper and lower rims is Sephora 12-hour retractable eyeliner 04 matte terracotta. So that is everything. So let's get into the introduction for those who are new here. My name is Dion, as I said. Thank you for being here. Why do I call this the Crazy Troll Nation? The crazy, just enjoying doing videos, knowing that you can be your authentic self in your videos, not trying to be something or someone else that you're not, out of concern of, will they like me? Will they subscribe? Will they stay? Are they going to leave rude comments? Just be yourself and your people will find you. Like, I'm a troll. People found me and a lot have stuck around. And I'm just like, wow, those are my troll kin. The crazy part, now that is the crazy part, the troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain technique or a certain tool. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in the way that you are satisfied with it. You set the standard for yourself. The bottom line here at the Crazy Troll Nation is self-acceptance and self-love. Embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. That is what we stand for here. That is the concept of the Crazy Troll Nation. If you're new here, I need to let you know that I do curse on my channel sometimes, because I curse sometimes, period. And so what you see is what you get. So we're going to get into these looks. I am excited because I was just like, wow, like these are the same. So I'm not even going to tell you what's where, but you'll be able to tell because the celestial shades are hella bright. So I'm just going to just apply the makeup, apply the eyeshadow, and we're just going to see what they look like. And I was surprised when I looked at these to pair them, and I'm like, these are very similar color stories, which Pat McGrath Labs has a tendency to do. Are we surprised at this point? No. We stopped being surprised at that years ago. But still, I was just like, because I hadn't seen it before. And it took for me to put them side by side. So here's something I encourage you to do. If you have quite a bit of Pat, or if you only have a few things from Pat and you're considering getting more from the brand, lay out what you have side by side and just see, and just see how similar or dissimilar the color stories are. And you may be surprised, because this surprised me. Wow. This is pretty. I do like this tone better on me because it shows up more. You get some bronzy shades. I liked how Natasha did on the bronze palette look, but then as I kept looking at it, I'm like, this is going to just blend into my skin tone. And I knew I wasn't going to get variety out of that palette, but it would have been pretty looks, but they would have all been like ethereal because they would have blended into my skin tone. And so that's why I never got that one, even though I was close a few times. And then with sales or coupon codes, and I'm like, you know what, no, because I'm only going to get a few different looks out of that palette. And so I never got it. So now we're going to move to the second shade, and we're going to put that on. So let me know if you do have a lot of pat, does it bother you that some of her stuff is starting to look the same? And they have been starting to look the same for a while now, and not the same enough to be like, okay, this is an exact dupe, but some stuff is just close enough to be like, why do I have this and that? You know what I mean? So, and if you don't have a lot of pat, even if you're looking at the palettes that you do have, the color stories you do have, because once we figure out like what we really like, we tend to do the same stuff, I think. I'll speak for myself. Once I really leaned into what my aesthetic was and stopped trying to just do, you know, I don't want to say similar looks to everybody else, but trying to do my makeup the way I see it done on YouTube. And then after a while, I'm like, this ain't really me. Like, it's cute and all, but like something inside of me felt like something was missing. And that's because I wasn't letting myself shine through in the makeup that I was doing. And so once I started accepting, okay, this is what I like, this is what I'm gonna do. It might look crazy, but you know, this is what I like and this is what I'm gonna do. I did start to notice like some of my palettes were starting to look the same, or I was gravitating to the same types of shades in whatever palette I was using. And so my looks were looking like looks that I've done with other stuff. And that's one of the things that makes decluttering easy. Because I'm like, okay, if I'm doing XYZ look with this palette, and I look back through my gallery and I've done similar looks with other palettes, I'm like, okay, one of these can go, or two of these can go. And it's not that it's intentional that I go towards the same types of shades, but liking what I like, you know, I'm going to do what I do. So that's something that helps me keep perspective, so to speak, even though sometimes I do lose perspective. When I'm switching from side to side, I am going back to the brush for whatever side that I use. And so I am not mixing brushes. This is surprising me. Wow. I have a piece of hair on my face. Eyelash. Why are you down there? Stay on my lash line. And so we're going to move to the next shade. So that's something that helps me, because I don't want to have a lot of dupes in my collection. I really don't, because then it's like, okay, you're just taking up space and you look like something else. And it is important for me to like an entire palette. I'm thinking down about some of the channels where they receive a lot of PR. They're like, oh, I just, you know, stick with these shades because these are what I like. And then I think of how it's important for me to like an entire palette, but with something to send to you, I think it may be easier than buying a palette knowing you're only going to use like half of it. There's a line right here and I'm not liking it. I'm going to tap in and tap off. And so that would make it easier, I think, like in my mind, to justify keeping it because, okay, I didn't pay for it, even though, again, I still don't like dupes in my collection. And my space is small, which I like because it ensures that I'm only going to keep like what I really love. And so even though I'm not running out of space now, I am still like, some stuff is going to go. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about decluttering. I find that for me, 50-ish palettes are more than enough for me because, as I said, things start to look the same, or the looks I do start to look the same. And so I'm trying to find, like in my mind and being realistic in my heart, like what is my sweet spot? Like how many palettes can I have where I'm like, okay, this is where I can be. I can create all the different types of looks that I want to create. I'm not duping things. And if I want to pair palettes, I can, and not just have a bunch of stuff. And so that's something I've been thinking about lately. Because when I had like 54 palettes, like I really felt good about that. And I was rotating. If you've been here, you've seen me, like I keep using the same things because that's what I have. And some people really like that in channels. They're like, I like seeing things used more than just once or twice. And so I do feel good that I do get a lot of use out of what I have. And I think having less than I have right now would help me to get more use out of it and just be more comfortable with what I have. And not that I'm uncomfortable, but sometimes it's like, oh man, I haven't used that in forever. Not for any particular reason, but because I'm using other stuff. And so then there's a gap right here, and I'm not liking how that's looking. I'm gonna tap in, tap off, and I'm just gonna press right where it looks like there's a gap. Okay, and we're gonna leave that like that because it should fade out, and it is fading out. But right there looked like a gap. This side is looking decent. So that's where I'm at. And so I'm trying to think in my mind, like, where's the sweet spot of what to have or what not to have. This is very interesting to me. So now, what are we going to do? Yeah, these are not exact, but are they close enough? You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't have thought that these two palettes were this similar, but they are. Whether how they look in the pan, but then putting them on, they are looking different. But still, this is let me not say anything, because that might give it away. And some of you, let me know right now, and if you can tell, like, what side is where between the two palettes I showed you before we started. And so, because this is interesting to me. And I don't know which side I like better. That's the thing. So I'm just kind of like, like, which side would I do again? And I think I kind of have my mind made up, but, and it's only because some of these palettes, it's a similar color story as other stuff too. So not just these two palettes having a similar color story, but also similar to other stuff that I have. So it's like, do I really need to keep both of these? And the answer is no, we don't need to keep anything. I do feel like makeup is a luxury and a privilege to have. And so I try to be careful not to say, okay, yeah, I feel like I need to have this. Yeah, so I try not to say that. And, you know, I know other people say that. And some people really do feel that way, and that's okay. That is okay. And so you won't hear me say you need to do this. However, you do need to do yourself a favor and go check out the MAC Connecting Color. I will say that. Just go look at them in person. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying buy them. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying just go check them out in person. Because they just look so much better in person than they do online. And then if you decide you want to buy them, just wait for a sale or a coupon code or something. This video is not even about MAC, and here I am. I was reading, well, I read all the comments, but what was it? My I think it was my eyeshadow collection part 2. Listen, I appreciate y'all who do catch up on my videos, and I know it's hard to stay caught up because I have an upload like almost every day. But reading the comments, I think it was Kat. Hey girl. She said, you really get passionate about some of your eyeshadow. And when I read that, I'm like, yeah, dude. And I don't even remember like what eyeshadow palette I was talking about or what brand. But I was just like, I do get passionate. When I really, really like something, or if something, I don't want to say, if something irks me, and I'm thinking of the Xenon palette, you know, and people were saying they won't get a lot of looks out of it. I'm like, yeah, you can. I know I get passionate about that because it is so untrue what, you know, the majority of people were saying. And so something like that I was passionate about. But at the same time, no, it wasn't, oh yeah, this brand is just, oh, amazing, this is a bomb. But just, you know, when I hear things that just aren't true, and I shouldn't say it that way. I should say if it's not true for me. If you can only get 2 looks out of it, then that's true for you. If I can get 5 different looks out of it, that's true for me. And so I need to remember that. You know, we're in different places. We do our makeup different. But yeah, I do get passionate about stuff. I just really want to encourage you to experiment with makeup, try new things, do new shapes. Like I've been trying to wing out lately. And just enjoy, you know, playing in makeup. That is it for the shadows, y'all. Oh my gosh. Can you tell like what is where? I think let me know down below. I'm not going to tell you yet. Yeah, I'm looking myself like, we're going to use the red, from Inglot for our upper lash line. I'm going to put away some brushes just to clear out the space in front of me because I did have all the brushes laid out. I'm going to keep that brush out because I think I'm going to do something else to one of these looks. But so we're going to keep it moving. I am still thinking of 2024. Today is December 25th. It's in the evening. I hope you all had, I know that you're seeing this way late, but I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas weekend. I'll just put it that way. I know everyone doesn't celebrate. I don't celebrate Christmas. And part of me, even though I know a lot of people do, part of me thinks, okay, put up, you know, a Merry Christmas meme or, you know, or a post or something like that. But then I feel like I'm not being true to myself. And even though, as I said, I know a lot of people celebrate, but I don't. And so I just feel weird, you know, putting up something that I don't even follow or something that I don't do. I'm hoping this makes sense. And I felt like, okay, if I put up something like that, it's only because that's what other people are doing. And I don't want to just follow, you know, what other people are doing. And so it's not to take away from, you know, those who celebrate holidays, but I just feel weird about it because then I'll get, oh, thank you, Merry Christmas to you too, and I'm like, I don't celebrate Christmas. So it just alleviates that whole thing. I hope this makes sense. So I do hope though that all of you did have a good weekend, a safe weekend, stayed warm. It's been warm lately here, and I mean like in the 40s warm for this to be the middle of December. When you see this, it won't be. But yeah, so that's why I didn't do any of that. And I used to feel weird about it, but then I'm like, well, if I don't celebrate it, why feel weird about it or posting about it? We're going to do for lips something that I have not used yet. It's the last lipstick that I have not used that either came free, well, not, yeah, no, the MAC one's free from when I went in to get my, to use my points, and she gave me a bunch of stuff. And the one in the lipstick, the liquid lipstick that came with my Lethal Large Mystery Bag. This is devoted to chili, and this is, I want to say Powder Kiss. Yeah, it is a Powder Kiss, and this is from MAC. So this, we just got it. This is not my shade. This is, and you know, and I knew it wasn't, but then I do have a lip liner out because I had a feeling. MAC's Bullet lipstick smells so nice, and I'm not even a bullet lipstick person, but then I thought it might surprise me. But if that's not the formula I prefer, then it's not. Ooh, that's orange. I took out the Dose of Colors Nima Tang. This is chocolate chip lip liner. And the only thing I'm putting, this is a creamy lip liner. And the lipstick is creamy. So I'm hoping I don't do a skirt. And then it ends up somewhere I don't want it to be. So let me know what your thought is about holidays. Like, do you celebrate? And if you don't, do you still say like happy whatever to people who you do know that celebrate? You know what I mean? There is no right or wrong answer. It's whatever's right for you, whatever feels right for you. And so that's that question. Along with, have you figured out like what side is which palette? They both look nice though. I don't know if I would do either one of these again. Only because they are like kind of light and ethereal, and I can do these looks with other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of, I want to fill in the corners because this lipstick is just too light for my liking. And I don't like to put in a lot of time. Like this is already way more time than if I would have just put on a liquid lipstick. This is like more work than I want to do. I'm lazy when it comes to makeup. I just want to put it on and look nice and just keep going about my business or move on to the next step. So this is, this ain't it still. What I'm going to do, we're going to take, excuse me for that clank, the Nima Tang lip gloss. I think this is Egen. And we're going to put this on top. That just completely took over that red, which is good because I like this. And so just to put it on, I really didn't think it was going to take over. This does show up. Oh, that's cute. It's almost like an ombre-ish type. I didn't expect it to take over. This is cute. A lot of work though, like 3 lip products. I don't think it goes with the eye look. Actually almost looks vampy. Yeah, I don't think I would do that again because this was just too bright on its own, and then to put the lip liner on and then have to, well not have to, but put a gloss on it to get the lip to look like how I like it. So have you guessed? Oh, I also sprayed the face when I was done with all the other stuff with the Scandinavia spray. Have you guessed like which is where? Like, have you guessed like which eye is the golden one and which eye is, these things are heavy, Huetopian Dream? Like, have you guessed? Let me know. Let me know. I will say I'm surprised. I do think they're similar. I think they're very similar. The only thing, okay, what do I like and what do I don't like? I like this is more orangey coppery versus goldish. The center shades, to me, this one seemed to have a little bit more shine to it, which is fine, and it looks a little deeper. The outer corner shades, this one is deeper, so y'all know I like that. Even though this is just, it just flows, and this kind of flows too. The shades we put up here, this side blends in more than this. This shows up more as far as the brow arch shade. This one is more pinky compared to this one, and I only put a little bit, but you see that light strip right here, which is why I don't usually like the Skin Show shades, where I just put a tiny bit right here because it does show up as just a strip of light, whereas this is a strip of light too, but it's a color. This shade we put underneath was the same as the shade we put for our inner corner, and it does show up nice over that terracotta liner pencil we had under there. So, do you know what is what? This side is the golden one. This side is this. I forgot my mascara and my mascara base and the mascara. And this side is Huetopian Dream. So yeah, very similar vibes. The main difference is this is a little more orangey coppery and this shade is deeper. And it doesn't bother me like if I didn't have this, because I have similar shades in other motherships as this. But what we are going to do, and that's why I kept the brush out, we are going to put some of that over here to deepen this corner, because y'all know I like dark. And it doesn't even matter because this isn't staying on, but is this even showing up over top of that? It is a little bit, and I'm not putting a lot because I don't want it to be a lot. But that's the only thing, is that this outer corner shade was deeper. And for some reason, this blend is looking a little funky to me. So that, y'all, I'm just like, wow. Did you guess correctly? We're going to do, yeah, we're not going to put on the Lancome mascara base. We're just going to put on the Fenty Hella Thick mascara, just to have mascara on to really finish off the look, especially after all the work we put in for the lips. So let me know, are you surprised? Let me know if you knew which one was which. Huetopian Dream is the side near the wall. The golden one is the side not near the wall. Because I know it can be confusing saying left or right, because your left is not my right and vice versa. So the wall is Huetopian Dream. Not wall is the golden one. And I was surprised, as I said, when I pulled these out to pair them. I'm like, the tones are similar. The tones are very similar. And not having this deep corner doesn't bother me because I have that in other pat palettes. So it's like, that's not even a big deal. And so this has helped me a lot with the project that I'm working on. I'm excited about it. So I do like the lip. I wouldn't do it again because to me that's a lot of work. Putting on 3 things to get a lip that I like and a lip I don't think goes with the face. I do like the whole cheek thing. And I think I need a little more bronzer because I'm looking a little ghastly because I have 0 tan. I have not been outside in like almost a week. I am going out tomorrow though. So this is what we have. Let me know what you think of both of these looks. I am surprised. I am very surprised. And it doesn't even bother me, this shade here, Blitz Extreme, because this green shift and then the red, because this, at this point, this is a very typical shift. And it's in a pan, which means it can be, you know, dug out, but it doesn't even bother me. Like this doesn't faze me anymore because I have this shade in like at least 3 other palettes aside from this one. This is a nice shift. This is cute. But it's like, that's very nice. So we're going to go though. Thank you for being here. Let me know your thoughts down below. Lots of information down below. If you made it this far, a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that. I would appreciate that. And you will see me in the next video. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.